Hi, everyone. In years past, typically we would be getting together at our in-service days and have general assemblies. And one of the things that we would do at the general assemblies is recognize um, major milestones for years of service. And currently, we are not having general assemblies for obvious reasons, but we are still going to take some time to thank and recognize people who've had the dedication and endurance to uh, provide services to the folks that we support for many, many years. We'll start with 5 years, and receiving a 5-year service award last year was Troy Sutton. And Troy is a consumer outreach specialist in our residential department, and he comes from a true caregiving family. His mom and dad were UDS foster providers for many years, and his sister was an in-home support provider. Troy's aunt attended UDS Adult Services for years and was also served by the residential department. Troy goes above and beyond for his consumers. He spends quality time helping consumers become more independent while at the same time having fun and making memories. Congratulations, Troy, on 5 years of service.
What keeps me at UDS is the opportunity to work with my individuals, get them out and doing social rec, doing things that they enjoy, things that make them happy, and impact their life in a positive way. Also, if I could give some advice to people, new hires at UDS, there's several things that you need to be. You need to be true and real. You also need to have passion for what you do, and you also need to be committed. It's important that you empower these individuals so they're able to do and enjoy the things that make them happy, as well as to dream big and believe they can do anything that they want.
Terry Mino celebrated her 5th anniversary as well. I knew Terry before I started working here because I was previously a member of the board of directors here, and in her role as executive assistant, a large part of Terry's job is being the primary point of contact for the board members. Also scheduling all the board meetings and committees and keeping all of the records and managing all the board communications. It's a big job. Terry is extremely thorough and attentive to detail, as you probably know. With her knowledge and her skills, she's a valuable resource to everyone on the UDS team, and she's always looking for more to do. In the past year, she sort of became everybody's go-to person when it comes to sharing out agency technology, which is getting much more use due to the pandemic. But Terry brings a very upbeat attitude to the office every single day, and she has made many friends here over the last 5 years. Terry, it's a pleasure working side by side with you every day. Congratulations on 5 years.
I remember when I interviewed here and when I left here, and I called my husband and he's asked me how it went, and my response to him was, I really hope they want me as much as I want to be there. I think when you work at UDS, it's really more than just a job or a paycheck. It's a commitment, it's a culture, it's something you want to be a part of. When you think about it and you think about the other milestones we're celebrating today, I'm really still very much a newbie. I'm here 5 years, and I'm sharing today with people who have been here up to 25 years or more. And it's something I want to be a part of.
Our next 5-year recipient is Dan Lancianis. Dan is our All-Star Training Club sports supervisor. Back in the 1980s, Dan envisioned an inclusionary sports program for athletes with or without disabilities. And here we are in 2021, and All-Star Training Club is growing by leaps and bounds and thriving. Dan is very passionate about the program and really enjoys interacting with athletes. Dan is very energetic and full of fun that resonates to the athletes, coaches, families, really everyone he encounters. Dan was also my class president in high school. Hoban, 1980. Congratulations, Dan. It's great to be working with you.
I can't believe it's been 5 years already, and it's like it's been a dream come true. I am a horrible business person, and so even though I started the program, All Star Training Club 34 years ago, I ran more money than I did in collecting the money, and I could not think of a better place to go to than United Disability Service. It's an outstanding organization who has helped me to take this message that I've been wanting to do with ATC much farther. And I'm just looking forward to the next 5 to 50 years, however long I can live.
Also celebrating 5 years was Angie Klingfuss. And Angie was described as a ball of energy. And her coworkers had some very nice things to say, that she's a wonderful advocate for the individuals that we're serving, doing everything that she can to help them live their best life possible and experience everything that they can, and making people laugh and treating people with the utmost of respect. Angie is described as an extremely hard worker, very dependable, and extremely passionate about her job. She has a wonderful relationship with our families and providers. Congratulations, Angie.
My advice to a new employee or a transferred employee into our social abilities program would be to have fun. Get to know your individuals. They become like family, and this can be the best job you've ever had, because there's nowhere else you get to watch TV, play games, color, learn, and see the happiness that you can bring to other people.
We have one 10-year award this year, and that was earned by Candy White. Candy is very dedicated to making sure that individuals are treated very well and that they find rewarding ways to spend their days while they're here with us at UDS. Candy has worked at Active Endeavors, Firestone Park, Kent, and Twinsburg, and she brings a very creative energy to the day programs here. Candy, thank you for the 10 years of service with UDS, and congratulations.
Always wanted to work with individuals with disabilities. I have a nephew who was Downs, and I have a nephew with autism. And so I've always enjoyed working with them. And I was hoping to go into that field. I started off in childcare, just kind of worked my way up into working with people with disabilities, and I love it. I enjoy my time with them and being in the room and watching them succeed and reach their goals.
We have a 15-year milestone for Pam Banks. Pam is a consumer outreach specialist, one of the very first people ever hired into that position at UDS in our residential department. Pam loves the work she does, not only at UDS, but also a full-time residential job as well. Pam is compassionate. She's respectful of consumers and their families, and she really thinks of others first and really wants to make her consumers happy. She's a true advocate for all that she serves. Congratulations, Pam. We actually have 3 staffers who finished their first 20 years at UDS last year. First is Jennifer Chappell. Jennifer was introduced to us as an intern in residential and community living, and then after she graduated, she took a job in vocational services as an instructor. In her current position, her skills as a trainer, problem solver, evaluator, and developer of meaningful goals are utilized daily. Jennifer sees abilities and possibilities in the individuals that we serve, sometimes even when they don't. Thank you, Jennifer, for your 20-year commitment to the people we serve at UDS.
My most memorable moment was kind of way back back in 2004. I was engaged to getting married, and at the time, Norma Henson had sewn me a wedding dress out of materials all made from here that we've had around the shop. Shrink wrap, bubble wrap, poker chips, and our famous cotton swabs, of course. And then I had to parade all around the agency, down here on both sides, upstairs, through all of the offices up there, to show off my beautiful wedding dress.
Our second 20-year recipient is Christy Mullinex, who's the program supervisor in vocational services. Christy also started out as an instructor, but has spent the last 12 years in a leadership position, being very effective in her abilities to organize, strategize, develop, train, and implement. Christy's commitment in the past year is restarting services under COVID restrictions, and this has been absolutely critical to our success. She's a compassionate leader who is essential to our adult services. Thank you, Christy, for your 20-year commitment to our mission and our services.
I graduated from Kent State in August of 2000 with a degree in gerontology. At that point, I had sent out resumes all over Stark Summit, Portage County, and got no response for anybody wanting me in their position. So I continued to send resumes. One of them came to UDS. At that point, I was 3 months without a job after college and needed a job, so took the job at UDS. Had absolutely no idea what I was getting myself into. Very little experience, if any at all. And 20 years later, here I am, and I could not imagine myself working anywhere else. The coworkers and the consumers, just every day, are what keeps me coming back to UDS and not wanting to leave. I love my job, love what I do, and just couldn't picture myself anywhere else.
Our next 20-year honoree has been with our finance department for 20 years, and that's Joan Rearick. Technically, Joan works with all of us as she makes sure that we get paid for the services that we provide. Her supervisor, Shelley Morris, says that Joan does all the billing for the agency now, but over the years, she's worked in every function of the finance department, making her versatility a strength, and Joan a real team player. Just like program service requirements change over the years, so do billing systems and processes and procedures, and Joan continues to learn and to adapt with each new requirement. Shelley describes Joan as detail-oriented, great sense of humor, with an upbeat, positive attitude. Thank you, Joan, for 20 years of service.
I absolutely love my department. I work in finance. I love working with numbers, and we have really become a family in there, and we have grown together, children growing up together, and most of all, now we're aging together. So
if it wouldn't have been for Shelley, I would have been gone a long time ago, because I could have retired almost 7 years ago. You grow bonds and friendship. I mean, it's just amazing. We're really a family. We really are.
Angela Addy has been with UDS for 25 years, and that's just a few of the years that her family has spent providing services here. Angie, as you all know, is very dedicated, and she's an example to all of us of how to always treat people with kindness and with dignity. Angie has worked in many departments, including residential, vocational, sociabilities. You will always recognize Angie as the person with the smile on her face and welcoming hello. Angie, congratulations on 25 years of service.
My favorite project here is when I was in charge of parties. for my consumers. Like there is one party I could tell you about where I looked around all over the place, and I had me and another staff dress up as elves, and I was actually outside in the cold with an elf outfit at one of their Christmas parties, and made sure they had like gifts here. I love to throw parties for them because they enjoy them parties.
Lori Friedman also passed the 25-year milestone last year. Lori started with UDS in the Time for Me program, coordinating valuable respite services for families and individuals. And for the past 15 years, she's been the director of residential and community living, adjusting to ever-changing service requirements and also adding the Toy and Resource Center and the All-Star Training Club to a department that does so many things to help individuals to learn and live and play in their community. Lori's enthusiastic about what she does and committed to the individuals that she works with. Lori's one of the people that everybody gets to know first when they come to work at UDS because she does the new training for each of us when we come on board. Lori lives the agency mission, she loves her work, and Lori, we thank you for your dedicated service to UDS and the people we serve. Congratulations.
My most embarrassing moment at UDS was a prank. I went to the bathroom and I saw somebody in the stall next to me, and I went back to my office. And an hour and a half later, I went back and the same person was in the stall. And I thought that was weird, thought something was wrong. So when I was leaving, I knocked on the stall and said, "Are you okay?" And I didn't get an answer. So I ran out of the stall and I ran into one of my coworkers' office and I said, "Somebody's in the stall and they're not coming out. I'm afraid. So she ran with me to the bathroom and she went in and started laughing. She led me in and we looked over from one stall to the other, and it was just a pair of pants and, and shoes. No body and no head.
Congratulations also to Sandy Palmer, who passed the 25-year milestone. It is said of Sandy by her coworkers that she literally brings color to all we do here at UDS. Sandy's a gifted artist and graphic designer, and her creative touches can be seen in everything that she does in the community relations department. Whether she's using her skill as a videographer or her ability to tell a well-crafted story that brings out the best in individuals that we feature in our publications, you can always bet that the end result will be uniquely Sandy. She's grown tremendously in her role here over the past 25 years and is truly one of our shining stars. Congratulations, Sandy.
During the taping of this anniversary video, I was reminded of Angie Eddy's house fire and a flood that Lori Friedman had at her house several years ago. Both devastating events, and both express such gratitude to the agency and the employees who work here for offering support and gift cards and help in any way that they could. Although I've never had a natural disaster, thankfully, I did go out to my car to find that it wouldn't start last week, and was very grateful for the number of employees who stopped to check on me, offered to try and help with my car, and even offered to stay with me until my tow would come, even if it was going to be a couple of hours. I am so grateful to work at an agency that has a culture of kindness and compassion like that, not just toward the consumers that we serve, but for each other. And coupling that with the fact that I absolutely love my job, I guess would be why I have stayed here for 25 years. I am very proud to work at UDS and think that it's an amazing agency.